Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Glad to see you all on the call this morning and excited about getting the day going with you all. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will be glad in it. We'll rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning, everyone. Glad to see you. Good morning, Michael. Let's see, who else do we have in the chat this morning? Dr. Lakeisha's up and early. Good morning. My wife Tanya is up. Good morning. Jacob, good morning. Happy Monday. Kamika, happy Monday. It's good to see everybody. I'm glad to see you. We want to tell all the mothers happy Mother's Day. Yesterday, we hope the weekend was good for you and that whether your mother is here or not, that you were able to just celebrate even the memory of what a mother is, what a mother was in your life. This morning, I'm going to be sharing the devotion. And I got a few things on my screen. Let me move a few things around here. I'm excited about this morning's devotion and what the Lord has given me this morning. And we're going to be coming from the book of Habakkuk as our main text, and then we're going to jump to Hebrews as a supporting text this morning. But this is an opportunity for us to turn our hearts and our minds towards Jesus, that we could focus on him. As I was preparing for the devotion, and even this morning, the Lord was speaking to me. And we use a technology for these lives. In the technology, those that's going to be on the panel will be in what the technology calls a green room. So they're behind the stage, they're in the green room, and we interact in that green room. We can talk to each other as if we're in the same room. And but when we come on the stage and we speak, there is about a 2 to 5 second delay. So I'll say something, and then about 5 seconds later, you will hear it on the live. There's a delay. And what the Lord told me this morning, he said that many of you sit in God's green room, where you get to hear the thoughts and the plans that he has prepared for the earth. And there is a slight delay from the time that God announces it in his green room to the time it hits the earth. You're hearing it right, but there's just a slight delay. And God says that people need to learn how to manage the delay. Yeah. Because there's some of us, and if you're here, whether you know it or not, you're sitting in the midst of a prophetic company, those that sit in the green room of God, those that seek God's counsel and want to hear what God will say. And we sit in the green room and we hear what the God is saying right now, what he's planning to do right now, what he's doing, and we declare it. And there is a lag between what we hear in the green room of God and it hitting the earth. There seems to be a time delay. You're hearing it correctly. God is speaking. We're declaring what we're hearing, but there is a lag. By the time it hits the earth, it's been delayed. And God says, my people need to learn how to handle the delay. Yeah. This morning, we need to learn how to manage what we hear God say and then what we see in the earth. And so we're going to talk about that this morning. And I'm excited about what God is saying, because I've sat in this green room. I've heard what God is saying to his people. And I don't want to get too far ahead, but whenever you hear from God, you're excited about what his decision, what his judgments are in the earth, because certainly they're true. And yes, they will come to pass in your life, and you will see the goodness of God in the land of the living. I guarantee it. You will see exactly what God said he will do. That is what he's going to do. And so that's what I'm excited about, because I'm going to declare the promises. I'm going to believe God at his word that he is restoring, that we're in a redemptive period even right now. And so let's go to scripture here. Let's go to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, and excited about what we're going to read in Habakkuk. And I'm going to start off in the King James Version, and then I'm going to change translations here. And that's right. You'll see the goodness of God. Someone just confessed that in the chat, that I will see the goodness of God. You're going to see it. You're going to witness it. I want you to have confidence in that. This week, I want you to walk in the confidence that you will see the goodness of God. Yes, you will experience it. You will reap your harvest. Your harvest will not skip you, but you will reap your harvest season. You're in it right now. Yeah. Habakkuk 2. And we're going to read verses 3 and 4. Habakkuk 2. We're going to read verses 3 and 4. And it reads, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. The just shall live by his faith. And we're going to switch the version. We're going to go to the Lexham English Bible. And we're going to read from the same verse. But I like the way that this version reads without changing any of the context. And starting in verse 3, for there is yet a vision for the appointed time. Hey, yeah, you can shout off of that right there. For there is yet a vision for the appointed time. It will give witness to the end, and it will not lie. If it tarries, wait for it, for it will surely come and not delay. Look, his spirit within him is puffed up. It is not upright, but the righteous, shall live by his faithfulness. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. For there is yet a vision for the appointed time. Yeah. In the vision of God, it gives witness to what the end's going to be. Yeah. The vision of God, what God has said about your life, what God has promised you, the vision is testifying what the end's going to be. And that's something to be excited about this morning. We're not done reading scripture. We got to jump to Hebrews. We got to hear what Luke says about this, because Luke quotes this scripture that Habakkuk is reading. Luke quotes it. And so let's jump to Hebrews and find context in the 10th chapter. And we're going to read verses 35 through 39. And we're going to stay in this Lexham English Bible. And we're going to read this. And it says 35, Verse 35, therefore, do not throw away your confidence. I, I hope I'm talking to somebody. Do not throw away your confidence this morning, which has great reward. For you have need of endurance, in order that after you have done the will of God, when does it happen? After you have done the will of God, you may receive what was promised. Yeah. For yet a very, very little while, and the one who is coming will come and will not delay. Yeah, now we're in the text. But my righteous one will live by faith. And if he shrinks back, my soul is not well pleased with him. But here, this is what I want you to get. Verse 39, but we are not among those who shrink back to destruction, but among those who have faith to the preservation of our souls. Yeah, that is the word of the Lord, according to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, Hebrews, the 10th chapter. I want you to go back, read that, make it a part of your meditation this week. Study that. There's gems in what God is saying here, and we're saying it as a prophetic declaration that we will not shrink back in this season. This is not the shrink back season. We're not in a shrink back season. By what you see, by any disappointment, we will not shrink back, but we will see it. We will see the goodness of God in the land of the living. You know, as I'm thinking about, as I was reading this, and you know, in a segment for Advanced Kingdom TV, I do headline news. It's called Headliners. And I thought about this, and to put this into context, if you're reading Habakkuk, I would like to do this morning a headliners to set the context of what's going on in Habakkuk's life right now. This is a headliner segment for the book of Habakkuk. And what we'll see in the book of Habakkuk is that there is great unrest in the Middle East. There's a power struggle in the Middle East. There's political upheaval in the Middle East. They're fighting. Nations are fighting against each other. Now get this. There's violent armies in Iran that is causing a muck. In Syria, there's a violent army that's attacking Israel. Yeah. Conflict is happening in the Middle East, and Israel is being attacked left and right. And then out of nowhere, Babylon rises up and begins to take on the nations. And they begin to swallow up the nations. And then they come to Israel, and they look like they're going to defeat Israel. Meanwhile, Israel has turned from their God. And they've turned from what God has. This sounds like what's happening right now. This is on the timetable of God. What has happened before is now happening again. That we're seeing a parallel from what Habakkuk is writing to what you're witnessing right now. There's conflict in the Middle East. Iran has raised up with Syria. There is a Babylon, regardless of who you think Babylon is. There's another nation greater than those nations that's devouring other nations. And this is all happening, and a prophet by the name of Habakkuk is witnessing all of this turmoil happen. And so what Habakkuk does is Habakkuk comes and asks God, where is he at in all of this? And I don't know if you've seen, if you've ever been in mess and if you've ever been in chaos, but if you ever stopped and asked God, where are you at in all of this? And it's a legitimate question. And we know that it's legitimate because God responds to Habakkuk. And God responds to Habakkuk in this way. He says, I'm going back. I'm going to, in this conflict, I'm going to back Babylon for a period of time. God says that I'm going to befriend Babylon, and I'm going to get behind them so that they can afflict Israel. All right. And so God answers exactly what Habakkuk is asking. He says, where are you at in all of this conflict, all this that's going on? And God gives him an answer that is a correct answer. but it's not an ending answer. And what I discovered about God is that you can be in the midst of trouble, you could be in the midst of turmoil, and you can ask God, where are you at in all of this? Why are you letting all of this going on? And the answer that he gives you doesn't solve the problem. I don't know if you've been there, but the answer that God is giving Habakkuk isn't solving Habakkuk's problem. So Prophet Habakkuk gets frustrated. He gets frustrated with God. He gets frustrated with the situation. He says, how are you going to take a more evil, the side of a more evil nation to discipline Israel, who is doing lesser evil? This nation, Babylon, that you're backing, is doing more than who you're disciplining. And this is what I want you to get this morning. This is good. This is what I want you to get this morning, that we're in the midst of a conversation that's happening in the green room. It's happening in the back room. And what we're caught between is an inferior being is trying to understand a God move with limited information. Yeah. He's trying to grasp. All Habakkuk sees is all the mess that is going on. That things need to be fixed. That he doesn't understand how God is moving while God is moving. Who is that? Who am I speaking to this morning? That you don't understand how God is moving while he is moving. Yeah. Trying to understand a God move with an inferior type mind. You don't have all the details. You don't have all the information. You don't know how it ends. You just know how it's beginning. That it doesn't look like the promises of God is going to come to pass. And so you're asking God, what's he going to do about all this? And God seems to be throwing logs on the fire and allowing it to get hotter and allowing it to burn even hotter. And Habakkuk is in the green room of God trying to understand, what are you doing? And this is the key point that you need to understand this morning, that in the midst of your test, in the midst of all the mess that you see, that you may have going on, in the midst of disappointment, this is what you got to understand. If you're going to stand in the green room of God, what you got to understand is God's sovereignty is working. Yeah. Through the complexities of your situation, God's sovereignty is still working. And this is the thing. It's working in order to accomplish his perfect plan for his people. And so essentially what God is telling Habakkuk, if you want to see this God move, if you want to sit in the back room, in the green room with God, you have to trust me. This is what God is telling Habakkuk. You have to, I may not give you the answers that you want, but you have to trust that I know what I'm doing. You're asking me, what am I doing in your situation? But you have to trust that I know what I'm doing. And then number two, you have to live by faith. Yeah. You have to live by faith. Prophet Habakkuk, he realizes it. He grasps the concept that beyond the tension, that beyond the politics, that beyond the conflict and the mess, that there is a loving, that there is a compassionate, that there is a sovereign God that is working out his perfect plan of redemption for you. This is what Habakkuk realized, and this is what you have to realize on this call. Prophetically, I declare that we are in a redemptive period. That God is restoring what has been lost in your life. And you're experiencing his perfect plan of redemption. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't have everything that you think it should be. But every day you're walking in the plan of redemption. God's redemptive plan for you. And so you may say, I'm not far enough along where I need to be. Or you may be saying that I see others prospering in what they're doing, but I'm not making any progress. And you may be declaring or becoming disheartened because you're not where you think you should be. And I'm here just to remind you this Monday morning that even though it doesn't look like things are coming together, that God is saying is that I just want you to trust me. I know you're looking for an answer this morning. You came on the live this morning and you're looking for an answer, but all God is saying is, I just want you to trust me. I want you to know that through every failure, through every disappointment, that I got you. That you're in the redemption plan that I have for your life. That everything will be destroyed, will come to pass. That the vision of God will not lie. What you saw in the beginning, that is what's happening. And it's not up to you to tell God how you're going to get there. But you have to do what Habakkuk did, and you just have to trust him. And that's what Habakkuk did. He said, I just want to see what you will say about this situation. That this is what I see, but I know who you are. You got a plan. You're up to something. The fire's turning up. My deadlines are coming closer. But God, you must be up to something. And I declare to you, God is up to something. God is working out his redemptive plan. And you have to trust him. You have to see it. And so this morning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some language around the characteristics of God's redemptive plan for you. So that when it's happening, and it is happening, that you will see that, oh, I'm in the wind of God. It's something to be to discern that you're in the wind of God, that you're not moving according to your own accord. Yes, enemies are rising up. Yes, enemies are getting stronger against you. The noise is getting stronger. But when you can discern that you're in the wind of God, that God has your best interests at heart, that he's realigning and reshaping things and reforming your character to bring you to an expected end. It gives you strength that I can endure this test because I know that God is working everything out for my good. So I want to give you the characteristics of God's redemptive plan. This is what I read in Habakkuk. If you look at Habakkuk 2 and the first part of verse 3, it says, for there is yet a vision for the appointed time. It will give witness to the end, and it will not lie. A God vision is a witness of the end. A God vision is a witness and a result of the end. Yeah. And it will not lie. That the vision comes first. That you will actually hear God's plan first and hear what where he is taking you. And you will look at it and you will say, man, God, this doesn't look like what I see around me. What you're saying about my finances doesn't look like the bills that are coming in. And what you got to understand, that God is not lying to you. When you pray, when you get the vision from God, when it comes into your spirit, that you got to understand that God is not lying to you. And so I got to ask you this morning, what has God showed you about your future? What do you know in your spirit, man, about your future? And I want to touch and agree with you this morning that it is not a lie. That vision that you have for your life, it's going to certainly come to pass. Yeah, it's going to certainly come to pass. If you look at verse 3, the latter half, it says, if it tarries, wait for it, for it will surely come and not delay. And I wrestle with this because how could God say that if it tarries in one part of the verse, it then says that it will not delay in the next part of the verse? And what happens when you're sitting in the green room of God is that if once you come into the earth's atmosphere, it will have an appearance that it's held up. It will have the appearance that it won't happen. That it won't happen for you. You will see evidence in your natural life that the vision will not come for you. And it'll seem like there's some issues and that's preventing it from coming. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. That it is impossible. It is impossible. It is impossible to delay a God move. Everything that is happening is part of his plan. That his plan for you is not delayed, but what God is doing is he's setting you up so that when the fruit comes, that your fruit will remain. That's right. Just declare that my fruit will remain. Just declare that in the chat. My fruit will remain. And then we jump to verse 4. Characteristics of the God move, that one, a God vision is a witness that will not lie. Number 2, that it will have the appearance of delay. But you have to declare in the midst of delay that I'm standing in it now. And then number 3, in verse 4, it says, the just shall live by faith. And here's the thing. To live by faith is to move as if you already have it. It's crazy. It's crazy. To live by faith is to make decisions as if it's already in your bank account. You don't naturally see it. You don't see the manifestation with your physical eye, but you move as though it is already here. You operate here. That's it. You operate according to the vision. You don't operate according to the distraction. You operate according to the vision. The vision that God's given you, that's what you operate. That's what it means to live by faith. God showed it to me, and I'm going to move as if I'm already in it. But most of you, we're talking to our coaches, and we're talking to those that are helping out with Advanced Kingdom TV. And a lot of the conversation is, I don't have this or that, or I'm just waiting till I have some proof so I can really, and that's what the world does. But God's people, when God gives us a vision, we take it to the bank immediately. We walk in it because if God showed us the vision, it will not lie. That's what God said I am. That's who I am. That's how I'm walking. That's the way that I'm walking. I'm walking according to the vision. And so when we get to Hebrews 10, this is what Luke is quoting. He's talking about holding on to the vision of God. He's talking about holding on to a God move. And what he says in Hebrews 10, verse 35, what he says is, therefore, do not throw away your confidence, which has great reward. And this is just for a few of you on the call. You have to have confidence in the God vision. Many of you are willing to throw away a God vision because you're going through a little something. And I'm telling you, don't cast out your confidence too early, because there is gold in that vision that God gave you. There is more to you than what you've been putting out. And if you throw it away, you will never discover the treasure that God has buried inside of you. You're going to see that treasure come out. You're going to accomplish more than what you ever thought you could accomplish. That God is going to supersede even the vision that you have for yourself. That's how big the vision is. That I'm talking to folks that has this treasure buried in this earthen vessel. That and so with the vision of God, you have to have so much confidence in the vision of God that you're not willing to throw it away for nothing. This is what Luke is saying in Hebrews. And in verse 36, he says you need endurance. You need patience. That after you have done the will of God, you receive what was promised. Okay, so you're walking in the will of God and you think it should happen. No, what Luke is saying, after you have done the will of God, after you have given a God move all that you got, after God has given you the vision and you've ran with the vision, you will receive what was promised. So it requires patience and endurance. And here's the thing, we heard it before, that patience is standing firm in the face of difficulties. This separates the real from the fake, that with difficulties come, those that weren't really confident, they run off. When difficulties come, when the disappointment comes, those that weren't really in the move of God, they begin to fall off. You'll begin to hear their chatter. They'll say that this is just too much, that I can't take it, that I'll never be able to do this. This always happens to me, that I'm nothing, they're putting all their attention on their own strength, which means that their eyes are not gazed on God. Their eyes were never focused on God in the first place. There was no confidence in the God vision. They had confidence in themselves. And so when they fail, when they're disappointed, they think that it's all over, as if they're the one creating the vision. No. This is a God vision. It doesn't matter if you fail, because this is not a Tim vision. This is not a Dr. Denise vision. This is not a Terrace vision. This is a God vision. So even if Terrace fails, even if Dr. Denise fails, even if a Billy fails, even if a Tim fails, the vision still rises. Why? Because it's a God vision. We have confidence in God, not in ourselves. So you need to have the patience. You need to stand firm in the face of difficulty. That's all God's asking you to do. Just trust him. Just stand firm. Just don't abandon the assignment because the fire's turning up, because you're disappointed about what happened yesterday. Because you're disappointed about what happened to the past. But those that are confident in the God vision know that it may look like it's tearing. Yeah, it may look like it's delayed, but God's vision, when it's given, it does not lie, but it will testify to you, to the believer, to those on the call, to the advancer, those that's called to advance kingdom. It will testify to you about what the end is going to be. And I dare any of you on the call to begin to just testify of what the end is going to be, that you are the head and not the tail. And regardless of where you're at in your situation, that you are above and not beneath, that you're walking in the blessing of the Lord, the path of the Lord that drips its fat in its path, that the blessing of the Lord that makes you rich and adds no sorrow, that God is able to do exceedingly, that God is going to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think, that you will prosper in your way, that you are a tree planted by the rivers of water. You got to declare to the situation, you got to declare to the things that are attacking you, that this vision that God has given me, it will come to pass, that I'm in the redemptive plan of God. Yeah. I like what Hebrews 10, the verse 38 and 39 says. It says, but my righteousness, one will live by faith. My righteous will live by faith. They will walk in it, even if it looks like they haven't received it yet. When God says that I'm making you multimillionaires, that you're kingdom financiers, that you carry the Zebulon anointing to do business in the marketplace, to transact business in the marketplace, to do trade, good trade in the marketplace. When God says, I've made you multimillionaires, those that live by faith are the ones that walk in it before it even looks like you've received it. Most people are waiting for proof. Most of you are connected to people that's calling you a liar, that's looking at you like you're crazy, and you're walking around like you're a multimillionaire. Why? Because God says that the righteous will live by faith. You're living by faith every day. I don't have to see it to believe it. I don't have to see it to walk in it. I don't have to see it to talk like as if I'm already have it. Oh, I wish I could testify this morning. You know, on the screen it says Chief Performance Coach. I gave myself that title. Nobody gave me that title. I said I'm a Chief Performance Coach. Why? Because that's what God showed me. He says you're going to help people perform. You're going to help people. You're going to coach people out of mediocrity and help them live in all that I have for them. What did I do? Have I done that yet? Well, to a little scale, but why would I wait for that? I am that right now. And I want you to declare who you are. Stop living life mediocre. Declare who you are. You're greater than what you know, because God has placed a treasure inside of you. And it says in verse 38 and 39, it says, and if he shrinks back, my soul is not well pleased with him. Right? Because you can't live by faith and then shrink back. Oh, Oh man, I'm getting excited. You can't live by faith and shrink back. They don't mix, they don't fit together. You can't say that I walk in faith, but then when disaster happens and when hard times happen and you're hitting a wall and you feel like you're not making progress, that you begin to shrink back. Oh God, the Hebrew says, my soul is not well pleased with them. And matter of fact, Luke begins to make a separation. He says, but we are not among those who shrink back. Yeah. Oh, I love it. He says, we're not among those who's shrinking back. They're not in this group. They're not in this crew. They're shrinking back. They're going back to the way things used to be. Oh, when we left that place, we left it for good. When we left mediocre, we left it for good. When you left that comfort zone, you left it for good. Oh, you have to have faith this morning. And regardless of what's going on in your life, you cannot shrink back. You can't draw back. I want to leave you with this thought. Do not become less than what the God vision says that you are. Oh, that's good. Do not become lesser than who God says you are. It's time to press forward regardless of where you're at in your journey, whether you're funded, whether you're in a challenge, whether you're making lots of money, whether you're making no money, whether you're losing money, whether the bills are due or whether the bills are all paid. This life is with God is going to require faith. And I'm here to encourage you that you are in a God move, that you're in God's perfect plan and perfect will, that he's redeeming everything that was lost, and he's going to restore everything for your life. And that is the word of the Lord. So this morning, Father, we thank you for every individual. We thank you for the God plan that is upon their life. For those that have given up hope, Lord God, restore their hope, restore their faith in you. That even as you told Habakkuk, all you have to do is just trust me. Ah, yes, Lord. All you have to do is just trust me. Trust me with your life. Ah, I hear the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord speaking. Trust me with your life. Trust me with your thoughts this week, says the Lord. Trust me with the plans that I have for you. Trust me that I'm making a way out of no way. Trust me with your hope. Trust me with your expectation. Oh, I hear the Spirit of the Lord. He says, trust me with your expectations. Oh, yes, this week, trust God with your expectation. So, Father, we declare that we trust you with everything that is within us, that we trust you for our hope, that it's not just a goal, but it's your goal, that it's not just a call, but it's your call. And if you have called us, certainly you will perform it. If you have declared it, certainly you will perform it. And so we declare victory even before we get there, that we've seen it and it is so. In Jesus' name, restore every heart this morning. Cause the victor to arise in your people. And we thank you for this in Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
Mr. Timothy, Chief Performing Coach Campbell.
Hey.
You hit us with a word this morning that hopefully impacted our faith and increased our faith. I know it did for me. Man, the vision will come to pass.
Yeah, it certainly will.
It will come to pass. And just the nuggets from that, being able to walk in that place and really show that you're in that place already before you even get there. It's the show and prove. It's the show and prove. If we walk in a place of victory, and if we stand in that place of vision already coming to pass, it will come to pass. Man.
Yeah. And that's the key. That's the key. What don't wait for it.
Yeah.
Don't wait for it. Don't wait to be a to conquer
Hmm.
before you call yourself a conqueror.
Yes.
Don't wait to be a commander of God's army before you start commanding God's army.
Yeah. The
And
scriptures.
it's like become who God says you are.
Yeah.
And really let the scripture take root in you.
Hmm.
Don't allow. There's something that jumped out to me as I was speaking, and it says it was like, don't allow the distraction to replace the vision.
Mm.
And it just jumped out to me when I said it, is that that's what's happening, is
Yeah.
that the distraction is trying to take the place of the vision
Hmm.
that God has given us.
Yeah.
And we have to guard against distractions that come up and lies that come up. And this, I love what God told Habakkuk. God told Habakkuk, he says that the vision won't lie.
Mm.
Like what you saw in the beginning, it ain't gonna lie to you. You
Yeah.
can trust that it will not lie to you. That in matter of fact, that vision is going to testify of what it's going to be. It's going to testify of the end. Yeah.
Man.
Amen.
And without faith, it's impossible to please Him.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
When folks get discouraged and different things, it's a human thing. It's just humanity that we're in this body, so we're going to get distracted. And I urge those to sit in the green room of God, to hear what He's saying before God will testify about what He's doing. And you'll come out of that green room, you'll come out of that prayer, and you'll look around. It won't look anything like what you saw in the green room. And you have a decision at that moment. Which one are you going to believe? And what's manifesting here with Advanced Kingdom TV is that we've declared some things that we've seen in the green room, that we've heard in the green room, God's green room, and we come out and it may not look like what God told us, but
Immediately.
we're walking as if it does.
Yeah.
We got to make everything align and come into subjection to what God's vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is the word for today. It's the word for the week. It's the word for our lives. Yeah, that hits. That definitely hits.
Yeah.
Man, I think about like the saying, you can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
Because you have the trees and those distractions right in front of you. But you've got a whole forest, you've got a whole vision that's there, but it gets blocked just by a oak tree right in front of you.
Come up a little higher. Come up a little higher.
There we go. There we go.
Come up a little higher.
See from a higher vantage point. Yeah.
Because we're made for more. We're made to be more.
Yeah.
And so God says, have confidence.
Yeah.
That's what Hebrews was talking about. Luke was talking about. Have confidence in what God has showed you, regardless of what you see. And sometimes, you have to put your problems aside sometimes. They'll be there. You can pick it back up later. You can pick it back up tomorrow. But just set aside some time just to lay those weights down.
Yeah.
And not even focus on it. And just celebrate that the vision's going to come to pass. And even declare to the enemy, brag about that you so bad that this vision is coming to pass. You upset that this vision is coming to pass. Oh man. Yeah.
Listen, when we were in the world, the way we talk trash to our op or our enemy, we got to bring that over to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Because to the enemy, I will run my mouth. Like, and it's not because of my strength, but I know who's backing me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm backed by the kingdom. I'm backed by heaven with everything that I say. It's not just my words. I'm backed.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Talk trash to the enemy. Yeah. So we got Dr. Denise King the scalping queen. She is sitting off stage, but I'm going to bring her on stage. How you doing?
Dr. Denise in the building. Hey. Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear?
No.
Your microphone. Something's up with your microphone. Yeah. Do a test. 1, 2.
Check.
Yeah, it's still not working. It may be. I don't know if you have to change your settings to use the microphone that you're normally using. But if you hit the settings, you can go down to audio and select your mic. No, can't hear.
We about to talk trash to the enemy right now.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
You are trying to get in technology and mess with technology, but it's not going to work. There's a solution. There's a fix for this now in Jesus' name.
Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. While we're waiting on that solution and that fix, we have Dr. Ann. Now she's gonna come and walk heavy a little bit later, but we want to bring her on right now, just for a moment.
Yeah. Let me see. There she is.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
Good morning. Oh man, Tim, that word, that word was right in line with what we talked about last weekend.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you have to be ready to grab that vision.
Yeah.
And you have to hold that vision with dear life. Like every day you need to see that vision. Every day you need to speak that vision. Every day you need to confess. It has to be consistent. You got to stay with it, because the vision will not tarry. Now, what I've learned is that sometimes the vision has already been manifested in the spirit realm, but God is dealing with some stuff in the earth realm. So when you deal with that stuff, then the vision is just going to manifest.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. It's already happened in the, and I got that revelation. We've had similar revelations, but you guys get on me for my analogies. And but when God showed me the green room that we use, that in the green room, like when we're talking, you can hear exactly what I'm saying as if you're already in the room with me. Like you're right next to me. But those that are in the audience on YouTube, there's a 5-second delay.
Right.
And so what we're saying isn't going to be it's not going to be it is what it is. We said it and that's what it is, but they have to wait on it. They have to wait on it. Oh, I got that revelation. It's like God is speaking some stuff that we're just in the audience just waiting for it to hear it. We're waiting for it to happen.
That's
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring Dr. Denise back up to see if we got it. Dr. Denise.
Good morning.
Hey.
Listen. Listen, like Dr. Lakeisha said, okay, this mic don't want me to be great this morning, but I'm back.
Welcome back. Welcome
Thank you
back.
for that word this morning.
Yeah. Praise God. Yeah,
Thank you for that
I'm
word.
excited about it. Yeah, we got some feedback in the chat. We want the chat to even declare over your own life that I'm going to talk stuff back to the enemy. Don't allow those voices to tell you that you won't achieve what God says you will achieve.
Amen.
Talk back.
Listen, we don't have no punks in the kingdom.
Right.
My mama said that yesterday. And it resonated with me.
Yes.
There's no punks in the kingdom. If you weren't a punk in the world, don't come to the kingdom being a punk.
Listen.
You're not going to let the enemy beat you over the head and continue to run through your life, and you're not going to say nothing. You're not going to do nothing.
It won't happen.
It
won't happen. Yeah. I see some people in the chat. We got Paula Teresa is in the chat. And we see you faithfully coming on each morning. We got advancers in the chat. Jeremy's in the chat, and Kiari is in the chat.
Yes, sir.
So I seen Kiari come on a few times. Thanks for joining us, Kiari, and appreciate all of you. Michelle Renee is in the chat. We see you, Michelle. Thanks for joining us, everyone that's in the chat. Yeah, it's exciting to see individuals in the chat and people benefiting from the Word of God. I know that we chart and we do a lot of different things, but it's exciting to see people benefit and get excited for what God has for them. Yeah, I think it's an awesome thing. Yeah.
It is. Definitely. Well, it's Monday, y'all.
Yes, it is.
It is Monday.
It is.
Week. Y'all know what's coming. Y'all should know by now. We got our chief performance coach, Mr. Tim Campbell. He already gave us a headline on Habakkuk. He's going to give us the headline news for the day, for the week. We're going to turn it over to you, Mr. Tim Campbell.
Yeah. Well, in this week's headliner news, there's a few things that is going on. And one of the things that we're going to see is exactly what Habakkuk has seen, these conflicts in the Middle East. And so if you follow the news report, Al Jazeera's and different things, what you'll see is Israel starting to march against Hamas, and they're beginning to attack Hamas. We're going to see if that has any effect with gold this morning. I'm going to share a few things that's going to be something to pay attention to this week, because we got even though it's kind of a little bit quiet right now, we got some things coming up that's going to be very volatile for us. Let me share my screen here. There we go. All right, so this week, what you can see today, and let me go back one day, is that Red Folder News will come tonight with NZD futures. They'll have their inflation report. But what I want to jump to this week is on Wednesday. Let me skip forward. So tomorrow we'll get core PPI month to month. That will kind of forecast what CPI is going to do on Wednesday. And that's what I want to forward to is Wednesday, we get CPI month to month. That is really for the US dollar, outside of Jerome Powell speaking, that's really the biggest mover of the US dollar is the CPI report. Fed rate decisions are important. Employment news is important, but this consumer price index is from month to month is important. It's the number one indicator for inflation. And so what we see from the previous month is CPI increased by 0.4%, which means that a lot of the stuff that you go to the grocery store or homes that you buy or how you live life, that it's going to cost you more this month than what it did last month. And so that's kind of an indicator showing how inflation is under control. And that's the number one topic in the market. That happens Wednesday. That will inform the Fed if there's any hope of cutting interest rates this year. This number needs to start being negative, the CPI month to month. So we get CPI month to month, CPI year to year, and then we'll get retail sales month to month. All of those being economic factors that are going to contribute to FOMC making a decision on the Fed rate decision. So that's going to happen Wednesday. PPI on Tuesday, CPI on Wednesday, and then we get unemployment news on Thursday. So expect a volatile Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday week. We may see a lot of consolidation today because of that. We'll see if the conflict in the Middle East is going to cause gold to soar this morning. But that is your headliner news. Cool.
Awesome job, Mr. Tim Campbell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling you CPO.
CPO?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Chief Performance Coach.
I think I want to make up some names that's never been used before. You know, just make up some titles.
That sound good. Like that.
No one knows what it is. Like, I don't know what that is, but
No,
that's what he is.
that's what it does. That's his function. Yeah.
Oh man,
That's awesome. Well, hopefully we get some volume in the market today and we don't go into consolidation. If we do, give us good range. Like,
yeah,
some good ranges.
yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, we got Dr. Ann on here already.
Yeah.
I see she's ready. Like I feel it by the spirit. You ready to go, Dr. Ann?
All right.
I look forward to these segments.
Yes. Well,
So,
we've got Dr. Ann coming up for her Mind Matters Nuggets for Monday. We eat off of these nuggets all week, 2 weeks, and she gives us homework.
Yeah.
Now, it's good homework. I don't know if you're in the chats and you did your homework from last week. Comment, my homework's done.
Homework's done.
I know throughout the week, even in our private chat, we talked about the homework. There's been people doing that. So I'm looking forward to just what comes from that. And I'm looking forward to what you have to say today, Dr. Ann, for us. So if y'all are ready, like I am, we're going to turn it over to Dr. Ann for our Mind Matters Nuggets.
Peak performance coach, yes.
That's it. Tim gave me that name, by the way.
There we go.
Good
Tell you,
morning.
I'm handing them out. I'm handing them out titles.
That's it. Good morning, advancers. Good morning. And I don't have anything new because I wanted to piggyback on what we talked about last week with understanding your thoughts about money and the fear surrounding that. And I think that's really, as we move into this environment more, we need to really deal with that because, as Tim said earlier, when we receive the fruit, we want the fruit to remain. And we don't want to be the own spoiler of our fruit. You don't want the things inside of you that's undealt with to spoil the fruit that God has given you. So in addition to an add-on to the homework, I'm going to say, I want, as you've written out your thoughts, here's the homework I want you to do with that. I want you to think about, where did this thought come from? And some of this you will have to ask the Holy Spirit to give you wisdom, give you knowledge, show you the foundation, show you the root cause, the etiology of this thought. But I want you to write, where did this thought come from? And then I want you to write, how has this thought impact the way I respond to or handle money? How do I respond to money, whether I spend it, save it, afraid of it, whatever? How is this thought impacting the way I respond to or handle money? And then I want you to think about, when you think about that thought, is this a thought I need to adjust? Is this a thought I need to change? Or is this a thought I need to deal with? And so I think we understand, when we have a thought that we need to adjust, that means I just need to move some things around about that thought. I may not need to think about this. Maybe I need to shift it like this a little bit. A thought that I need to change. I need to get rid of that thought and develop a new thought. This is a thought that needs to be totally dismissed because it's interrupting, it's disrupting, and I need to replace that thought. When you think about a thought that you need to deal with, that means that thought is rooted and grounded in something more serious or deeper than just the thought of money. That thought, when I think about the girl who hoarded the food for fear of not having, that thought was something she had to deal with. Because what happened was, her getting money didn't deal with the thought. Her getting money magnified the issue. So you would think when she got money, she knew she had the money, so she didn't have to buy food. But what she did was she bought the food so it could remind her that she would not have to starve. When in reality, that's not what she needed to do. But when she dealt with the thought, when she understood where the thought came from, when she understood why the thought exists and how it was impacting her life, she was able to deal with the thought. And now she doesn't need to have that much food in her refrigerator. As a matter of fact, she doesn't like to see her refrigerator crowded now. She wants to see through it, but she doesn't have to open that door because she dealt with that thought. She dealt with it. She dealt with the root cause of it. And now that thought no longer controls her life. So you want to think, is this a thought I need to adjust? Is this a thought I need to change, replace with a new thought, or is this a thought I need to deal with? Now, if it's a thought you need to deal with, don't be afraid to talk to a professional, a coach or a counselor, so that you can deal with the root of those things, so that you can deal with, and it doesn't make, and let me say this, because I find this a lot when I'm talking to people about dealing with thoughts. Sometimes the thoughts are rooted and grounded in things that has happened in your childhood, but you still have a good relationship with your parents, and you're afraid to deal with the thought because you don't want people to think your parents are bad. It's not that they're bad, but it's that they did what they knew how to do, but what they knew how to do wasn't effective. It was counter-effective. And so you just need to go back and deal with that. It doesn't say anything about them as a person. It just says, I need to deal with what I've learned, unlearn that so I can replace it with new, more productive thoughts. Okay. So don't be afraid to talk to someone, get some help so that you can deal with those thoughts. And so as I was thinking about my thoughts to, about money, and I was wondering what are some of the thoughts, this assignment came up to me. When you don't really know your thoughts about money, or if you're having some challenges with it, or even if you do know, ask your kids, how do they think about money? Ask them what are their thoughts about money, because 9 times out of 10, their thoughts about money, good or bad, who do you think they learned it from? You. And ask them what are their thoughts about money, but then ask them, what did I teach you about money? Whether I taught it to you verbally, or whether I taught it to you by you observing how I handled money. What did I teach you about money? And when you get those things, that will also help you understand your thoughts about money. So that now with the kids, be prepared, because we think we parents, we did the best. We did it all right. The kids will come back and tell you, I know mine will. And that wasn't me. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It's a hard truth, but these are truths we need to deal with, because as God moves us into the different areas, the blessings of the Lord make rich, and it adds no sorrow. So if there's some sorrow, that sorrow is coming from someplace other than God. And sometimes we got to deal with some internal work so that we can get rid of the spoiler of our fruit. And that's what we're going to call these thoughts that we're dealing with, the spoiler of fruit. Because we don't want our fruit to spoil. We want them to remain. We want them to produce and reproduce, so that we can be truly kingdom advancers and sponsors in the kingdom, and doing the work of the kingdom, not just verbally, but financially as well. Okay. The enemy doesn't want us free, because if we get free, we free other people, and that's not in his plan. So we as kingdom people have to deal with stuff as well, so that we can get it together. And that's my thought on still dealing with the fear and thoughts about money. The second part of your homework, go check those thoughts. Where do they come from? How has it impacted you? How have I made decisions based on those thoughts? Is this a thought I need to adjust, change, or deal with? And ask your children, what are your thoughts about money, and what have I taught you about money? You'll be surprised at the revelation. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it and deal with it. That's my thought today, Mr. Tarris.
Hey, I knew you was gonna come with it. Listen, I love the idea of asking your kids about money and what their thoughts are about money. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put everyone to the test this week. I know she said do it, but record your kids' answers.
That's it.
Because I think this is going to be very interesting to hear. But not only asking what they think about money, but like you said, what have I taught you about money?
Yeah.
That's going to be very.
That is good.
Yeah,
that was good. I like that we're doing this, because we have to develop our character and if to be able to be good stewards, to be able to handle it. God doesn't give you millions and you're not able to handle it,
right?
And so you have to develop it. And what I recognize is that the self-sabotaging nature that I had when I used to think about money, because I was taught that money was evil in itself. It's like those that, it's a reflection of the heart. You have a bad heart and different things. And so when I get money, I would keep it quiet. Didn't want folks to know. Didn't want to say, okay, well, my heart's not going to be tainted, so I'm not going to work hard for it. I'm not going to have it. And what happened is that I would have less of it.
Yeah.
I didn't honor the concept of what it was and what it was used for. And so you're right on point. How you think of it will affect it.
Yes.
And to find out spiritually that money has ears.
Yes.
That it hears, that those that it runs to those that honor, that have honor. It's attracted to it, is what the Bible says.
Yes.
And that it will run to those that carry honor, that know how to utilize it, deploy it for God's kingdom. It will run to you.
Yes.
And so you're right on point. This assignment, I urge everybody to take this assignment seriously. Yeah. Good segment. I like that.
That's that peak performance coach. Right
there. Yeah. We got some good stuff coming up with Dr. Ann. I'm excited about what you got coming up, Dr. Ann. It's gonna be good. Like if you, and Terrence, you talked about it, is like if you want to be a superior athlete, like you have those peak performance coaches that will coach you how to play the game on a level that very few play it on. So if you want to play this game and excel at it, you're going to need this type of coaching.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, Denise, you were saying something?
Yes. My notebook. I got it.
Here we go.
My assignment for the week. Yes, I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ann.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you, and you bring the heat every week, and like we're learning. This is like I think someone just mentioned it, equipping the legacy to continue advancing the kingdom. Is what Joy Brown just put in the chat. I think that's awesome. That is awesome, because when we dig and we start pouring into the kids, that's going to affect the future. That's going to really affect their futures.
Yeah.
So.
And it gives us an opportunity to begin to challenge any negative thoughts that they have. Like, let me start the changes. Let me start to work with them on this, So it's going to open up many doors. That's going to give you opportunity. For
traders, and I look at this, but we could talk about this, but we got to go. But for traders, the one issue that a lot of traders happen in the beginning is the loss of money, and not realizing that money is a tool, that you're deploying it, that you send it out to fight for you, and sometimes in wars, casualties. But the loss of money, they don't want to see them soldiers. They don't want to see those soldiers get lost. When they deploy it out, and so even just that, just like, okay, do you see it as a tool? Well, tools, you have to use it for it to be effective.
Right.
So that even helps with even on the trader mindset of how you deploy, how you look at it, and what your mindset is on it.
Yeah. You saying that, Tim, one of the things I had to deal with, because I would lose money and I would revenge trade. Like, if I don't get it all back, I'm getting something back, But what I told myself, how I changed that thought about loss was, and I still have to tell myself this, is that, you have a lot of degrees. None of them were free. Education will cost you. So just look at this as a cost in your learning process. And eventually it's going to pay off, and you're not going to lose as much. You're going to start making more effective trades. You're going to start being more profitable. So this is like me paying for my education. Now, I don't want to make stupid decisions, but education costs. And that helps me to, so when I take a loss, okay, what did I learn from this? What will I not do again that I did in this trade? So.
Yeah. Very true.
Good. That's good. Yeah.
Tim, I think we just had that conversation on Friday. Somebody on here took a little loss.
Somebody. Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. It's like you like, is if you like, you can say, like, I look at it as, this is my army. That's just my army. It's one of my armies that God has given me. Just and so you got to deploy it. Like, if you want to take territory, you got to deploy your army to get that territory. And so, like, there will be loss. But when you look at the loss, if you have, like David deployed Uriah because he had a certain lust in his heart for that corrupted him. So Uriah died for no reason, you know. And so a lot of times when you deploy money out of greed or out of lust, just trying to gamble, you're going to lose them for no reason. There's no reason why you should have lost that soldier,
right?
You know. But then a lot of times you will lose soldiers because you're in the fight. Like you're taking territory, you're in the fight, so that's an expectation. It's like, I'm going to lose, you know, and that's what that money's signing up for. If you come into my account, you're signing up to be lost. Like, but the rest of you are going to bring something back. There I go with my analogies again.
There you go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you, Peak Performance Coach Dr. Ann, always coming through with it. We have a little disclaimer we want to put up, and then we're gonna move into my favorite portion. So take a couple minutes, read through the disclaimer. Essentially, it is saying trade at your own risk, do your own research. We are not responsible for or liable for any losses incurred as a result of trading decisions made based on the content of the stream. This is entertainment and information for you. A lot of information for you, but do your own research. Look at the charts, learn how to trade. Give you another 15 seconds or so. All right, y'all ready? Y'all know what time it is. Do me a favor. Y'all got to put that up one time. I can't even. But y'all know what it is. We are moving into a red zone.
Yeah. Red zone time.
Come on, y'all, get it with
The headbangers.
You can't help but to.
This music just gets in me. It gets
Look,
me.
Isaiah set you guys up on that one, okay? He completely set you guys up for that one.
Oh man.
Hey, also this week, look forward to some new music coming out from our music director Isaiah.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Some new music this week.
I'm excited about that.
Well, it is time to move into our red zone. We got a couple analysts on here. Dr. Ann, are you available to stay on?
Unfortunately, harmony requires me to get rid of the sessions this morning.
I love it.
I gotta go be harmonized.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we've got the one, the only Dr. Denise King, the scalping queen, is here this morning with us. How are you this morning? Are you ready?
You know, I think I am. I kind of look. I'm not seeing a whole lot right now. So I think as we go through, you know, the charts this morning, maybe something to jump at me. US 30 is not jumping out at me this morning. It's not clapping. It's not welcoming me right now. So I'm just gonna chill. And I think probably sometime during the day, it definitely isn't saying anything to me right now, but maybe a little bit later today, it might give me like a wave or something. But yeah, I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, I just took a look at US 32 and I'm like, what am I looking at? There's nothing.
Exactly. It looks like it's waiting for the middle of the week. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Unless something like miraculous happens today. You know, there are days where we still get, you know, good movement on the lower time frames. Like if we're scalping, it's just like right now it really isn't anything to like shout about yet.
I agree. Tim, anything you're seeing right away?
Yeah, there's a few. I'm changing my handle to Mr. 100 Contracts. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do that, Mr. 100 Contracts, because last week it was 100 contract territory, and I'm looking for the setups that give us that kind of look. And I agree with Dr. Ann that Dr. Denise, that there's not a lot of out there to look at right now. I did spot this 1 hour on gold that's really not playing out. You look at the TDI, this 1 hour shark fin on gold that looks very interesting for the buys. But right now it's getting this failed auction to the upside. And when you go down to lower time frames, that TDI is moving up pretty fast. And so you get down to the 5 and it's moving in the opposite direction. So I'm kind of looking at this level as potentially being the bottom, but also looking at it coming back and giving that discounted price first before entering into the buys. I think this 1 hour will play out at some point, but we need to retest these bottoms before it does. So if it does that and come down to this area, then I'm going to be looking for some interest there. So I think we should keep an eye on gold. I know we have a lot of gold traders in the chat, and so keep an eye on gold around 23. Let's call it 23.46, 23.45. If it drops down there, and even 23.50, that's a psychological number. I think it's going to dip a little bit below that, but this retracement on we haven't given too much of that back, so we're retracing around that 50 to 61.8, and so if we push down in here and retest, we possibly could go retest the highs from there if we find support. So those big ifs that we're saying right now, big ifs right now.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at on gold, is that from the TDI on the 1 hour, we still look like it could go down a little bit further.
Yeah.
And then maybe come off that 61.8. That 200 and the 800 is right at like the 78.6. Yep. So there's some possibilities there today, which might make me jump off of US 30 and look at gold today.
Yeah, and that if it comes down to, if it's come down to 78.6, that's going to be a major level in the grand scheme of things. It's right off of this trend line, so that would be a big move. You can go at heavier size around that 78.6 level. A lot of confluence down there. But it has to break this level first, which will be the initial retest, and then we can look at it on the upside. It's rejecting off the session anchor VWAP right now. That's what it's rejecting off of. So possibility. And then oil as well is dancing around on these bottoms. This was last week's move here, which was a pretty good move. But it's been dancing around these bottoms. So that's proven to show up as support. So we'll see if that continues to act as support. And we're in a range. Remember, $80 was the important level that we broke through. And so now in between that range, we got to see if how we hold up from there. We could see, we could see the push up from this point now that we broke it through and found support. And looking left, that was a retest of structure. So if that support holds, we could potentially head back up to 80. Not a really great entry, but definitely something to look for if it comes to retest these lower levels. And then NQ has been treating us well. Terrence, you said you saw something on NQ last night, and I don't think you took it.
Yeah, it was around, I want to say 5:30 Central Standard Time. There was a good solid shark fin on the 1 minute that played out really nice. I was telling Tim I was a little shocked about actually seeing the volume or enough volume for it to play out. If I would have taken it, it actually would have been a 25 tick move. You know, when I was looking at it initially, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, all right, there's no way it's going to get there, but it pushed up. So, but it was a good solid move. I think I sent it out. Yeah, maybe around 5:30 yesterday on the 1 minute.
Okay. All right. So it must have been like this shark fin here.
Yep.
Oh, and that a lot of those 1 minute time frame shark fins are at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'll find it at the bottom and look at those retests. But this is something that I want to keep reiterating and rehearsing. I've added it a lot to my piece. But on that shark fin that you sent out, if you just look at this being the low and you say, okay, this is a low. We got the shark fin. Could this be the low? That green candle, we keep saying it, that green candle that puts in the lows. And so this is really that green candle is like here, like this piece here. And you stretch that over because that's going to be the retest candle. And even if you just look at this, I'd probably go to a higher time frame and get a better zone. But when price breaks it, look how many times it retests that zone. It then goes to the upside. So let's continue to look for that because those are huge type moves. It starts off on the 1 minute and then it ends on the way that it goes. Like that's a major move right there.
Yeah.
As far as risk reward.
Yeah.
You don't have to pull below that low because if it breaks that low, then you have to find a new liquidity zone.
Yeah. It was definitely at the bottom of that range. I think I also had it off of a trend line and a fair value gap. So it was, good,
Multiple.
solid. Yeah, multiple confluences.
Yeah. So now that has left, it's that was a good trend there. Yeah. And we started to break out of that trend once we started to get volume this morning. But I would still say that this trend, this is the expectation for NQ, is that doesn't look pretty, but we could potentially see the buys today. Without news, I would lean to the buy side of this. We are sitting on this resistance right here. So I'll be mindful of that piece there. That's what we're currently sitting on. We got a lot of rejections. We broke through a few times, but we got a lot of rejections from there, from that level.
What is the DXY doing right now?
Good question. Yeah, not much. We're still in that same range that we've been talking about. It hasn't really been much movement on DXY in the overall move. So this is the overall move, the up move on DXY. Went into that consolidation. We retested the last really resistant zones. We can actually stretch this left. So I rejected off of their ties, broke through, and this is the retest area. And so this is the area of indecision right now, where we're just ranging. And we've been in this range for a while. We went to this range, but really the same spot that we've been in. So we got to see if this level holds up, which isn't going to give us a lot of confidence in these trades today. I'm going to be looking at lower time frame because I don't see a higher time frame move right now. Even though we have some failed auctions to the upside, we'll probably end up heading down I don't have the confidence that that's going to be a long-term move today. And then when VIX goes down, consumer confidence means consumer confidence is going up. So we may see bullish movement on that as well. DXY doesn't look like it's heading up. It's pushing down, but so we may, and then the VIX is saying that consumer confidence is up. So we could be, not consumer confidence, investor confidence. We probably will be seeing indices push up a little higher today. So let's jump down to, yeah, and I don't have that bias yet, but let's look and see if we can find something here. A few scalp opportunities. So I had a good week yesterday, so I'm going to be kind of conservative this week. But with that good week, I was already funded with Apex, but I got a few more accounts with Apex from last week.
Nice.
Added on, so I am happy to see, you know, the to see what's happy with those and trading with those. I like this buy right here off of this. You see that divergence? You got a break of the bands, and you see this divergence on the trend. Mm-hmm. That's usually what you're going to see, and it's a retest of the last highs that were created. Mm-hmm. And let me get rid of this liquidity level here, so there's not a lot of noise. You know, we got to see if this level is broke. Let me just, yeah, because so that's a good point. Where if we pull out that trend that we've been rejecting off of here, we pulled that over. We broke through that trend line, and so that's why we're thinking bulls have it. And that was the high, so we're more than likely going to go up and retest those highs. We're coming down. We came down, and then we got a retest of this structure here, and now it's pushing up. And I think we're just a little bit late off of that. That was the 7:30 candle that started that push up. And so let's see what happens here. Yeah, I think this was the good buy here. If it comes down and retests this level, we're going to see if that happens. If we get a retest, that could be a re-entry back into this.
Yeah, that was a good buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if it comes down to retest.
The steep shark fin on the 1 minute. I love when the shark fins are really steep like that.
Yeah. And divergent too from the last touch of the trend line.
Yeah.
Like that's a telltale right there. Yeah, now it's gone. So that was a 7:30 candle. Really was the retest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of that same thing. There was a low put in. This serves as liquidity right here. It pushed up past it. That next candle retested that liquidity, and now it's pushing to the upside. So I think that one's gone at this point. I think at open, this is something to look for. Retest of this level. But at this point, it's going to be expensive to do, but I think you still can get a and it looks like it's just going to run there now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's coming back.
Yeah.
At least not for a minute.
Yeah, and I like to see this. Like the 1 minute, even though it's a shark fin, how slow the 3 and 5 minute is moving, and the 15 minute.
Yeah, that's kind of like the confirmation it's gonna continue going up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll probably see that 1 minute, the top band start pushing up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
That was a good move. Let's see what the rest are doing. Same thing. Yep, and 30's pushing up. Yeah. All right, so now we need to see just some retests happen.
Let's see here too.
What are y'all seeing in the chat? What is the chat looking at? Looking at?
As Billy would say, platinum is still bullish. I got to step in for my brother. Platinum is still bullish this morning.
Yeah. And when it goes bullish, it doesn't stop.
Yeah,
Like
it's on a roll. It's on a roll. Going back to that high, same high is testing that now. On the higher time frames, that 8 hour is like right at the 75, 78, but it's still got room to go up. That daily is right at a trend line off of those peaks too. So we will probably still see that going up some.
Yeah, it looks very bullish.
Yeah, and the week still has room to go up unless, so we'll probably see this continue to run up.
Yeah, price is expensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with no news coming, it's really it's really those trend continuation type moves.
Right.
And I'm looking for if we can possibly see some ranges today. Trading range high to range low. That's been successful for us. I'm just going through a few categories real quick, see if there's any opportunity. See what some exotics are doing. The peso, with USD falling, could we see peso futures become bullish? Doesn't look like it. And then we got South African Rand. Yeah, everything's looking bullish right now. I think it's speaking to the dollar weakness. So when the dollar's weak, I like to retreat to gold. This is that last liquidity level right here that we have to pull below. And let me see what this would be, what a limit order would look like for this idea. So probably something like 2 contracts on this. On an idea like this, if 61.8 holds, it's rejecting off of VWAP, so that we need momentum to even think about breaking through VWAP. Yeah, it just looks very bearish right now. The hunt is on. What do you think about this sale? On US 30.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at it right now. Yeah, on the 1 minute, it looks like it tested the top of that band on the TDI twice. And this might be the move back down. At least to maybe around 39,703.
I'm gonna wait for this 30 seconds to line up with the 1 minute.
What's your thoughts on it, Denise?
I'm over here talking and I'm on mute. I'm talking and I'm on mute. But that 30-second looks like it's coming down. If it comes down to the, there's that area right at either that 50, I think it's going to come down lower than that on the 30-second. Where's the 50? But that's like the same. So the 50 on the 30 and the 1 minute is like 39,711. If we can get it to go there, it'll probably buy off of that, is what I'm thinking. Let me see on the 15. On the 15 minute, it still looks like it wants to go higher. And on the 5 minute, it still looks like it wants to go higher. One hour still is at a point where we could see it climb. There's 12 minutes left on that 1 hour. And it is 13 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm torn there.
Yeah, that next 1 hour candle, when it closed in 12 minutes, that's going to be telling.
Yeah,
that's a bearish candle or not.
Yeah, I could see it maybe not getting into 1 minute 50. Because like if you look left, there's an area of previous support.
Yeah, right.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Where it tested that level, looks like 3 times. So it may just get stuck right there, not get quite to the 50, and then push up.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. 39,715.
Yep.
Is where it's, this could be the break and retest of that to take it back up. Yeah, so
Oh man, these sales look. All right, I like these wicks.
yeah, I'm just in a wait and see. And I've got a meeting shortly, so I know that I will not be able to do anything until after open today. I kind of got a break after the open, but up until like from 8 to 8:30, I'll be in a meeting. So I don't have a strategy yet for today. I don't have a clear strategy. I'm hopeful. Look, the vision is still for me to get a transaction in today, whether it's buy or sell. But I think US 30 is still going to be bullish.
Yeah, this can go either way.
Yeah, I mean, it's right. And it's been riding this thing since, if you look since Friday, May 2nd, on the 4-hour, we've been like at this high point of the TDI since then. So I'm not fully, I just think we're gonna, potentially on the longer look of things, this, could probably still be, we'd have some bullish activity. There's a peak. We've already passed that. What is this on the, let me go to a higher time frame.
So Jeremy said he's in on these buys on NQ.
Okay. On NQ, MQ?
Yeah.
NQ, rather.
Those were good buys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it ran. It didn't come. It ran. It didn't come back down. That is good.
Yeah, that was a good run, definitely.
Yeah.
What is that? Like after the retest, 114 ticks there in 20 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So same moves. I'm glad you caught it.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught it too. That's an excellent move right there. Yeah. Looking at US 30 on the 1 minute, Tim, can you put a fib from the previous low to the previous high? I think it pulled back to like the 38.
38.2. Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around there. So it may push up from here. We're gonna see.
Yeah, this whole zone is a little questionable. It's just on the higher time frames, it's a little questionable. It's strong enough to produce lows. That's the one thing about it, is that the zone that we're retesting put in this low. Actually put in this low. It started from up here, but it was strong enough to reject. And then it also was support that put in this high, which this was the double top that sent us into the lows. And this was the break, was right here. That changed the direction. Now we're creating highs. So we're right in between this decision point right here that we're rejecting off of. And we need a break. Right now there's everything is saying that it's going to break. I do like the sales from that level right now, just at least to get to to the retest down here.
Yeah, how many ticks would that be?
Not too many. It's for the if it comes up to liquidity again and down to the retest, you're probably 20 to 25 ticks.
Oh, that's enough.
It's enough. It's definitely enough. But where it's at right now, that's from the top. Where it's at right now is expensive. So it's like 5 to 10 ticks right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of exhaustion that may push down. But I don't think it's worth it.
I don't either right now. I'm just not willing to make any donations this morning. I need to see a clear path, and with it not being news today, it might shake out, after open. But I'm just not there yet.
Yeah. I think for me today, I might be on the sidelines because I'm thinking about the last couple Mondays where we didn't have any news.
Mm-hmm.
I did donate a little bit,
Yeah.
and I don't like donating to the system, to the market.
No, I made a donation on Friday,
Me
and I'm
too.
like, okay, and I had a lot going on, and normally I will tell myself, don't do it when you've got a lot going on. And I thought I could squeeze, and I squoze all right. I got squoze. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'm just going to be mindful today and advise all you advancers, don't be in a rush, because as the chief performance coach has always told us, let the market come to you. Do not chase it. Let it come to you. You'll know it's your trade by your confluences. So I'm just going to remind everybody about that before I leave for today.
Yeah.
So trade safe, but don't chase.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Tisha posted, market past the collection plate.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We're gonna have to find a meme for that one.
For real.
Yeah, but you guys be safe today. Great morning. I think we got a lot to chew on between Tim and Dr. Ann. Got a lot to chew on. So I'll be talking with you guys later. Love you much.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
All right, you too. You too.
Yeah. We got to see what this market is gonna do for us, Tim.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, there's a lot. There's some interesting. Like, if you look at this, would you have liked to be in this sale? It's like, yeah, I would love to be in the sale, and that's the level that it's retesting right now.
Yeah.
For a possibility, we're kind of divergent on the 15-minute. I'm on ES. Yeah. And we're kind of divergent right now, and evaluating of how this 15 minutes going to close, and if that next candle is going to be divergent, because I may get short here on ES.
We got a minute left on the 15-minute candle.
Yeah, let me just check NQ too. No, it's not as divergent as that one, but it's like, would you have liked to be in on this red candle? Yeah. It was a run up, and then that sold off, and so
So what you're saying to me, Tim, is I should go in really small on a set. Like, this is what I hear.
Like Dr. Denise told us to be careful. So.
I know.
And then she said, "I said it."
Mm-hmm.
So, that's good advice. I think that's good advice for everyone.
It is indeed testing that level again. I gotta let wisdom prevail on this one.
Yeah, you definitely want to take it too early. But I just like, I'm a technical trader, so one good trade, if it meets by all the technicals, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I definitely like S&P better than NQ.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so with 100 micros on this is only risking 750. Is this a fake out? Are you faking me out or not? All right, so we're in with 100 contracts on that. Come on, let's go. We got 100 contracts on ES, no stop loss right now, but so I'm manually trading these 100 contracts right now, 100 micros, to see if this is going to be a good trade. And I probably should put a stop loss on it. There it goes. I just added another contract to it. So I got 101 contracts on this right now. Modify the order. We're going to pull this to break even. If it runs, it's going to be a good day. Oh, nope. Took a few of mine out, so I got like 98 left. Yeah. It's just playing with me right now. I got 99 left. Yeah. Nope, that's a fail off the downside. It's just liquidating my orders right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like the breaking structure. Right now, and then the retest. So that I do like on it. I may get back in this one. No, I'll just leave the 3 on. Yeah, there it goes. See? So that was this sell-off right here. So it just hit take profit. Why is this frozen? Why am I in the negative? Oh, snap. It reversed my position and put me in buys.
What?
Well, so I moved my stop loss to break even. So when it went up to break even, it was closing my sell positions, but it left 3 of my buy positions on.
Oh wow!
To close it and left it in. But it was the right read.
Definitely the right read.
It was the right read.
I got in small, Tim, and did just 475 on it.
Yeah, I moved my stop loss too early on that.
Yeah, that's a great read, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and what I was seeing was, I thought he said close it in Jesus' name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, what I saw was yeah, there it goes. So that was a great read. I saw the failed auction to the upside. I saw the left shoulder, right shoulder, and this was the neckline. So I entered right on the neckline, and then it pushed down. I was looking for the retest of this level, and that's before going up to the top side. So it did exactly what we thought it was going to do.
Yeah.
It just, I moved my stop loss a little bit too early, and so it was just a timing standpoint. But that's what I've been catching all of last week, is those kind of moves.
Yes, that's
and
what
it's
I
like,
do.
yeah, that's why I said if it checks all your boxes, like don't move into, don't be open. You know, if it checks all the boxes, like take the trade.
Yeah.
And that's what that one was doing, is checking all the boxes. I'm going to Tradeovate to see just what my P&L is on the day. Very controlled move. So I know I wasn't risking too much. And so now we're going to see if we can catch another one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see what S&P is going to do now. It did wick up, and it technically created a new high with that last candle. But looking at the candle, it looks more of a bearish candle.
Yeah, on S&P?
Yeah, on S&P.
So I'm down. That move cost me $166, which is it's nothing. It was at break even. So only reason it was 166 because TradingView didn't close me out of the trade completely, and it actually left some of my buy stops in, and so my buy stops turned into buy orders. And so as it went down, I was in buys as it went down. So
that does. I've had that happen to me too. Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
Yeah, Tweet says, sound like dating advice. Check all the boxes. That's exactly right. Like if you're gonna get married to this trade, you gotta check all the boxes for you. And it's like, don't pass on a good thing.
Yep.
All right, I like that move. So that gives me some little bit of confidence right there. Oh, look at that. Came right back to where we said, that 78.6 level. And came and retest this. We need to be long right now. Oh, we need to get long. Let's see. Limit order. I'm gonna go in kind of light because we're expensive right now, but we need to be long on this. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely need to be long. Oh goodness, I entered it as a limit order. Yeah, that one's gone.
Yeah, I've struggled with that lately. I thought I placed some good trades and it was under limit, and I'm just like, what's going on? Yeah, it looks like it might not be gone yet. It pushed back down a little bit too.
No, the way this is looking, this is gone.
You think it's gone?
Yeah. No, this was the retest right here.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
You got in right now with plus that volume's coming into the market.
Yep.
If it gives us a retest, we're going long here. But this retest right here is what it is now. S&P, it's going to do like what S&P's did, where it came down, hit that retest, and then go to the top side. So let's see if it does it again. This was that trade me and Billy was in last week, where we marked off that liquidity zone. We got in that sniper entry, pushed up, and then it came back down. At that point, that's where I entered that 100 contracts on that retest.
Ran it,
and then ran it to the top. So right now it's in between it, so it's a little expensive to put the order in right here. So we're gonna see if it comes back down. I'm gonna get in on this one. I'm gonna do 20 contracts.
That'll get you what, about 700, something like that.
Well, if this runs, we may go to create a high. So let's see. Oops. So let's see what that would be. Yeah, definitely too expensive. But with 10 contracts, yeah, it's only like a couple $100. But potentially could run and break through and create the new high. Then it'll be worth it. I'm gonna preserve. I'm not going in too heavy because I want to be in down here if it comes down.
Yeah.
So it's pushing down now. I kind of don't like it though. I'm gonna do just that analogy. I'm gonna let it push up, move to break even. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Like right now, it's kind of cheap to get out of this, thinking that it's going to come down earlier. I would feel better if it to do it that way. We got 19 minutes left to the open. Not making crazy decisions. Yeah. Let's move it to break even. Get taken out early. Take the coat back. Get it at the discounted price.
There we go. There we go. But it's pushing up a little bit.
Yeah, if we get the cheaper price from here, perfect. Just watch my P&L. That's one thing you can get live P&L on
Tradeovate.
On Tradeovate. I really like that. I really like doing futures because of that on the exchanges. Just because the it's like real-time data. I just closed out of it. I made $30 on that. I didn't like getting in at this position, and really want to get in lower if it comes. If it doesn't come down lower and just runs, that's fine. But I think this is just too much to pay for the risk. Like this is where it should have got in this retest. And because we didn't, I'm not gonna settle for an expensive price. So I would rather just watch it play out. All right, so we have not had the retest on US 30 yet.
Oh, I just pulled it up.
We just hit TP 1 and 2. So these fibs are no longer in play, and we're running off, which is kind of what you expect to happen. Oh, okay. All right, we're in that gold came down. All right, chat, you wasn't watching gold. You wasn't watching gold. Oh man, it came down and hit our entry.
Yeah, I missed that completely too.
Oh no, I don't think it came down. No, it didn't. It's been hovering at this. I'll say it's been at the same spot. We just said that's the entry that we're looking for, which is really just a retest. Really looking for this retest. So that happened. I'm going to move my alert up to that point. $15 minutes left to the open. Yeah, NQ's running up. Off for the retest.
US 30 still kind of running up a little bit. What I would be looking for with US 30 is if it at open pulls back to maybe around 39.734 ish. That's on the 1 minute. It's a previous high. It may pull back a little bit lower and come down to around that 39.715 that we were talking about. But if we get a pullback, I'll be looking potentially for buys.
Yeah, and that VWAP sitting down there. I know it's not going to pull too far away from VWAP.
Yeah.
Without coming to see about it.
Yep.
That's sitting down here. That's sitting right here at this resistance level.
Mm-hmm.
So unless VWAP begins to climb, we may get it up here as well.
Mm-hmm.
But VWAP will have to climb pretty fast to get up there. Ooh, this looks good. I don't know, Terrace. I may get in this another sale.
US 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Running down to that level. Yeah. That's the level I had marked out for a buy at that level. But it's not a bad idea.
I'm being kind of conservative in my live accounts versus my challenge accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the move I want to take for the day? That's the question.
It's counter trend. Like that. That's what I think about. I think I'm gonna hold off. It may come down there, but I think I'm gonna hold off And if it gets down there, get in a buy.
That would be a smart decision.
That's my decision. I'm sticking to it. I'm not changing my mind.
I'm just listening to you. I'm saying that's a smart decision. You should do what Terrence is talking about, because that would be smart.
But what you gonna do?
That's what I should do.
That's what you should do. Okay.
That's what I should do. But I'm just looking at this.
It's a good 30, pretty much 38 ticks, 37 ticks. If you run it down, and you go heavy, and that's a good move.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a retest. So I'm waiting for the 30 second and 1 minute to line up with it on the TDI. This is really my neckline right here, so I don't want it to break too early. I would love for it to come and reject right here, and I catch it right there. All right, so I'm not going to. Oh man.
Oh, you got it going down to the VWAP.
Yeah. Yeah. Before the open, there's definitely buys there. Once it gets down there, but yeah, that's where I have it going. So now, oh, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Just come up. Come on up. Yeah, there you go. Oh, don't leave yet. Don't you leave yet. We need to get a double top up here. That's all I'm looking for.
All right. See, if we get a double top, I got my trade set.
Yeah.
For the sell that I said I would not take. But a double top changes it. Like, I wouldn't take it right here, but if we got a double top, then yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, this is the neckline right here. And it kind of broke that, and this is a retest of that.
Retest of that neckline, yeah.
And then it'll start coming down. But with love, so just think of this as a M pattern, right? And so this is the first top. This is that neckline of the M pattern, and then if we get
those, if it does that, that's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do that, but this could be. Yeah, there it goes.
There it is.
Yeah, same play as NAS. The NAS, when I put 100 contracts on NAS at that neckline. And then it was really the same play, because I at this point, if I got in, I moved it to break even right here. And this is where it hit my break even, then went down. So let's see if it telegraphs the same thing. Yeah, so now it's retesting. That's where it was breaking me out of break even. Let's see. and TDI lines up that we get some temporary buys off this divergence. 7 minutes to the open. I would like this move to happen before the open.
Yeah.
But that's what it did to me. It's like
it's rejecting right there.
Yeah. It's like those are that break even and then head down. And we're definitely looking for buys once it gets down here.
Yeah. But if you can catch it going and coming, yeah, that's a really good day.
Oh, yeah.
That's my first alert went off.
Oh, that was a good. I think that was a good sale. Your alert went off on which one?
It was on US 30. I had an alert right where it just hit because I had a buy fair value gap right there. Just in case I was looking at something else, it would just alert me to come back and take a look at US 30. I had a buy fair value gap right where that last candle ended.
All right, markets are having us exercise a little bit of patience. We got into one trade, which went to our stop loss, or went to our, it did exactly what we thought it would do. So we were in this one. I just got out at break even. But we timed this perfectly. Then went up.
We're getting a push up, Tim.
Yeah, it's kind of close to open now. I was hoping it would happen before the open.
Mm-hmm.
So at the open, it's not as interesting. It's like the slow markets are good for those type of moves.
Yeah.
Now I want to be in the trend direction. I want to be in buys when we start getting closer to the open. Mm-hmm. Now I want to be in buys. We're gonna wait for direction at the open. I think no opening trades right now unless we see a lot of momentum come in.
Yeah.
Three minutes left to the open. We'll queue up the bell. See, this attracts a lot of sellers right here.
Mm-hmm.
Off of a major level.
Mm-hmm.
Even on NQ and YM. Yeah.
That's all right. Let them have it. Let them push it on down.
We'll be waiting at the bottom for them.
Yeah. Now, where the bottom is it's going to be the question. So I do have like those same two levels marked out, Tim. I've got that first one you got, and then right at VWAP. So we're going to see where it bottoms out at before it pushes up. If it gets down to VWAP, I think it's going to push all the way back up and create a new high. Or at least come close to creating a new one.
Well, there is no news that says we should be pushing lower. So if it starts pushing lower with no news, that's screaming for you to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be a liquidity hunt. Yeah, this looks like left shoulder, right shoulder. This is the neckline right here.
Okay,
And that's why I would be into the sales. But there's no news saying that we should be selling them. And I don't think we got any quarterly reports right now. Interesting stuff. Let's see.
We're getting a push up already.
Yeah, we got 1 minute to the bell. All that momentum coming. Yeah, that's the reason why.
Oh, it does.
See, back in the day, you would have caught me,
Yeah.
but not today. Now,
Not today.
now this looks interesting. We'll see if it keeps pushing. All right, here we go. What's that?
Is that tweezer tops? Oh,
No, it's not. Nope. It's gonna push up. So you kind of want to be in buys right here. Gonna create the high of the day. Yeah, watch NQ at this level of exhaustion. We got to time this NQ trade. I think NQ is going to set up. So we're retesting a lot of these lows. There's no news, right? So we look at news. There shouldn't be any reason why we're pushing down like this. We do have the divergence on the 1 minute. All right, but for the open, yeah, especially for S&P and NQ as well.
Yeah, this push down is interesting.
Yeah, so that's what we were looking at is VWAP is sitting way down there. That's where market says fair price is, or where average price has been, and we're wanting to push higher. So yeah, and that's what we're talking about with these buys. That's why. And if I've been smooth this idea over, just look at that. It wouldn't have hit our stop loss. And so now VWAP is climbing to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So this level, I don't may still be hit, but this level is looking more and more interesting. All right, and so what in the news is saying, hey, price should be right here outside of the early movers, getting price back down. So we're gonna look for these buys. This is the first area that we're gonna look for buys. And that VWAP's climbing. So I may start to stack into these buys. No longer interested in the sale down. If we were in the sales, or if you caught the sale, move your stop loss to break even. Let's get rid of that, and let's start looking at buys now. This is the first zone we're going to look for. And we may come down here. Let's. Yeah, still looking bullish or bearish, I mean. All right, setting up, Terrence. Setting up for us.
My trading view just froze on me. I'm trying to
it froze?
get it. Yeah, all right, here we go.
This may be the spot right here, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
We're gonna get the retest right here. So it's the first structure that we're testing. All right. All right, so we kind of want this to push lower. And if we push lower, then we're going to start marking out liquidity on the upside. So this would be the first zone of liquidity right there. What's that VWAP?
That's what I think.
All right, we're here. NQ.
NQ.
Yeah. Right. Oh, we got to get in. We got to get in. Oh my goodness. I'm a little late. I made a mistake.
Did you get in or you?
I did, but I canceled it. I don't want to do that on live. I don't want to show that on live. It's exactly this is exactly how I get into these trades when I'm on my own, but I don't want to show that live how I do that. So that mistake just cost me $500. But that's what I normally do, but I want to show you the proper way to do it. Is put in your order. Make sure you have a stop loss. Blah, blah, blah.
Do the right things.
Do the right thing. And, so my order's in. I'm risking $32.50 on this. So I'm in this NQ buy right now. We came down, hit VWAP. And we may push even lower than that, but I like the divergence that's here, that's being created. So right now I got $3,600 at risk. And I'm gonna pull my stop down just a little bit, but I don't have to be much below it to get out of this. So I'm gonna just pull it slightly below it. If it breaks this low, then we'll be at risk of losing the trade. But we'll see if this holds up. So I think we looked at the sales on US 30, and then we looked at the and say, is that worth the risk? And I kind of want to be in NQ buys for the risk. So you see 100 contracts on right now. We are coming off of VWAP, and we're looking for the push up. As fast as it came down, now we're looking for the push up, and there it goes. That's the push up, and we're gonna hit the. We're gonna manually manage this one because we don't want a failed auction here. And we have how much that we have 6 seconds left on this candle. We're going to let this play out for a little bit.
It may reject right here.
What do you see?
I got a sell fair value gap right in that same area on the 1 minute, but then it's pushing up on that 200. But it may have momentum to push through that, so we will see.
Yeah, I don't like the price action on that one. So
yeah. I got out. I just got out. I did 850 on it. So,
nice. Yeah, I think it's going to give us a better price on this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I still have the idea, but I just didn't like the price action. I made just a couple $100 on that one, but just didn't like the price action. That with this much momentum in the market, we should have pushed up from there.
Yeah, that's why when I saw it rejecting just right off of that 200, and it tested it twice, and then the next candle was bearish as well. I'm just like
All right,
Well,
so
yeah.
second retest of V. Yeah, that was a great decision to get out at that point. I like the way we managed that one, but you know, I am going to be I even want to be heavier on this move.
I know. That's what I'm sitting here thinking. Sheesh.
Now this failed auction, I mean, it's going to push lower. So yeah, don't just blindly take this one. But let me see how much. Yeah, we got 20 minutes on this candle.
It just broke through the 1 minute 800.
And I'm just looking through news today just to see what we got. Yeah, I'm not seeing any major news that's being reported, which makes me want to get very long at this stage of the game.
Yeah, for it pushing down with no major news, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But
so this is one where I would use this button right here.
What button, Tim? What button?
You know, it's the way that I'm trading nowadays.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tim.
I'm talking about way back in the past, like a long time ago, like last week. Like last week.
In the olden days.
Oh man. Yeah, this is looking bearish. Which we're selling off of this major level right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, US 30 looking the same way. Gold's coming down to our spot. Come on, keep coming, keep coming. All right, next candle, I'm getting long.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. I like the wicks right now, the exhaustion wicks in the 1 minute.
All right, I think this is going to have to be an order that I manually. I don't want to do it live, but I think I have to manually trade this. I don't like manually trading because then you have the emotional factor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right. that you have to close off of.
This 1 minute candle finishes green. I may go ahead and take it.
Yeah, I'll be risking $23.50 on this trade.
Yeah, I'm up 900 right now, up 1,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this next candle to open. We got 1 minute 30 seconds left on it.
Yeah, that's probably the smart thing to do. I just took 700 profit.
Nice. Oh, I didn't see that tweezer bottom.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said on the 1 minute is where I was looking, and I'm like, oh, I like the wicks. But
That's not really a tweezer.
There's another opportunity to get in. Yeah, here's the push.
All right, so I'm it says 47.50. I'm not going to risk that much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'm moving to break even. Or no, let me leave it. Let me leave it right here. See if we create a new bottom. All right, we got 30 seconds left on this candle. I'm not risking too much. Trades in with a very tight stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's not really my trade idea. That's where I would like to be, but this is what I actually did. Is that right there? All right, here's the next candle. We're going to push down, and we'll see if that bottom holds.
Yeah, I'm waiting for another entry.
You took profit on that?
Yeah, so I took profit. I took 700 profit.
Okay.
Just waiting for a push down.
Yeah, that hit my so that cost me. Yeah, so I'm down 3,000 on the day.
Okay. So
I'm gonna leave that account alone. I'm gonna go to another account and leave that one out. So I just switched accounts now. So that account was 3,000 down. And that's all we're going to take out of that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a lot, but I'm looking for. I'm looking for.
Game of things, it's not.
Yeah. I'm looking for those runners, and right now we're believing the shorts. We're gonna see if it finds a bottom. I pulled this zone over. If this broke, I pulled this zone over to look at that as a possibility. There's really, I haven't found yet of why, DXY is pushing down, and NQ is still up. So we should be doing something like this, what US 30 is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we're looking at for these buys. On NQ.
We gotta find a bottom on this. My gosh. Like, for it to push down this much, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, outside of value, so we're back at the session open.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the Sunday open? Yeah, we're right at where Sunday opened up at. Was right here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're coming right back to that point. That's what this zone represents. This was a Sunday open.
Mm-hmm.
That we did. So we're giving back this complete move here.
Completely, yeah.
And I'm the calculated risk piece, right? Is what I'm looking at.
Yeah. So I'm having the internal debate right now if I should keep trading today or not.
Well, so how much are you up right now?
I'm up 1,400 right now.
Stop trading.
That's
So because what was your goal for the day? Let me ask you that.
It was only 1,250. 1,250 was the goal for the day. So I'm up 1,400 on one account and 400 on another. So like I switched accounts. Like the first trade I took, I think I did 475. I did it on one account, and then I switched to $100,000 challenge and did 1400 on that.
So
I should probably stop.
yeah. It does. I mean, yeah, you're in good shape, and that doesn't make sense. Now this liquidity level is where we took. If you look at this run up here, that's the liquidity level that we're currently tapping into.
Yeah,
I'm just looking to see if this holds. That 3,000 was taken out of my live account, and so.
Okay.
But the way I look at it, that trade is gone. I took it a little early up here, then switched account. This account that I'm currently trading in is another challenge account.
Okay.
So I could be I really am the same, but
Yeah,
I
you can be a little more aggressive like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the entry.
I know what you mean. I'm believing that this is going to turn bullish. And so I may take a safe trade.
Small risk,
very small risk. Because I really think this is going to be bullish. Now, if I got in here, which I don't think is a good area, and we ran this up to, let's say, 18,310. Where did I have that at? It must be 1 minute. Yeah, if I had it running back up to at least where the 1 minute 50 and 200 are crossing, that's an $8,200 trade if I go in heavy like right now. But
this is an engulfing candle right here. I like that. Yeah. And I like that it's turned up. So I'm going to get in right here. This is my buy.
Yeah,
oh my goodness. I keep doing that. Now it's going to cost me more. Yeah, I can't take the risk now. So I need to get cheaper. I put it in as a limit. So now I'm going to stretch this forward. So put it in this, put that green candle over, look for that to be broke, retest, back down at this point.
Yeah, I've done that so often lately, Tim. Like, I put
the
it
limit
in
order
instead of a market. I've done it probably at least 4 or 5 times. Just last week, I did it, and I'm just like, I don't even, or a limit or a stop. Like right now, I just went to my order box and it's on stop. So I just got to make sure it's on market every time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit it out, Tim. I'm gonna sit it out.
Yeah, I mean, you made your run, and you can't be 100% sure with this now. I believe this is going to run, but let me look at S&P. Yeah,
I think this
it's I like this piece right here, like that buy on S&P. Is the same thing I'm looking at NAS doing. All right, so I'm going to get long here. Oh my goodness. I missed that entry just by a little bit, just taking that one mistake. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see how much it's gonna cost me. Yeah, I may just miss this one. All right. I reduced the risk, and I'll go in with 50 more contracts if it comes back down to that level.
Yeah, I just went to a different account, different challenge account, and placed a small NAS buy. I'm only risking like maybe 300 to make 1,000. So we're gonna see if it runs up.
Yeah, we're at the week open, the week lows, Sunday open piece, and so it's a matter of if we're going to see it move to the highs from this bottom. Maybe retest it a little bit, but this will be my last trade. So we're just watching to see if this one runs.
The chat done got quiet on us. How y'all doing out there? No,
we may be by ourselves out here.
Better question is, what are y'all doing out there?
Right. That is a good question.
Are you
He
trading?
said, we still here.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Are we trading? We sitting on the sidelines? If you're sitting on the sidelines, sometimes that's a safe place to be.
It is a safe place. Gold.
Teacher said watching gold, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a
bad.
good buy from there. That's a good buy from this level.
Yeah.
This was the low that was put in. It came and retested this level. This was the retest of that liquidity zone that put in this low. And it's probably going to run up from here. So that's what we were waiting on, is that retest to come down. So this is one of those things it's just the waiting for the trade to play out. So that paid account, so last week I made a little over 15,000 in that account. So I just gave back 3,000 of that to that account. So that is perspective wise, it's you're gonna make some, and then other times you're gonna lose some, and it's just the reality of trading.
Yep.
Now, having said that, with we just entered. Which one was that? That was, I think it was this one. But we just it was this one where I got stopped out of the buy position.
Mm-hmm.
And probably if that would have went right, if I didn't move my stop loss, we would have made another. I had 100 contracts on. We would have made another $7,000 to $8,000. That's really the difference. Is that would have made $7,000 to $8,000. Now, this engulfing candle on this doesn't look good, but we'll see if it wicks out. But that's the difference of it. And so if that's normalized, that if that's normalized, that you're going to have big winners and then you're going to have smaller losers over the course of time, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Michelle says she's praying for Terrace to stick to his daily goal.
Thank you. Listen.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate that, Michelle. Tim, to stick to my daily goal, I'm gonna have to jump off of this call. I'm gonna have to close my laptop. Man.
Yeah, we need. Top Step has a lockout feature where you get the lockout button, and it won't trade it. And that's what you need, is a lockout feature. Like no more trades. You're up for the day.
I'm just closing TradingView. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I did get in that small NQ It hit my stop loss. I think it was $150 loss on another account, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm looking for NQ to run. It's going to play around a little bit, but I like that wick that it retested that bottom, and now we're pushing up.
Oh, I see that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it's
I think it's gonna push. Oh man.
Yeah, it's gonna push. It's gonna push. Yeah, we're coming up against this VWAP, session anchor VWAP. We're gonna break through this, and then that'll become the new. So I'm gonna move my take profit up a little bit. And let this run. Right now we're up $1,400. So let's see this run. If we went with half the risk, so we went with 50 lots on the 50 contracts on this one, micro contracts. So that would be 5 e-mini contracts. All right, we're testing VWAP. We're going to see if we stay long. I'm just going to move this to break even just in case. Just in case it wants to come back and act funny with me. But we are expecting for it to get up above VWAP. There you go. All right. So we're up 1,100. Oh, they're fell in VWAP, so. Yeah, this one looks like it's coming down for the retest. Yeah, it's been a good day of trading. I think we made some good decisions trade wise. Just in our this is what the tweezer bottoms look like. Equal bottoms. So that's really what I look for on tweezer bottoms, is to see those equal bottoms hold up, and then I can move my stop just below that, because if that fails, if the tweezer bottoms fail, then it throws the trade off. So we'll leave that stop loss right below those tweezer bottoms, and then just watch as it does its thing. But at least it gives us a place to place a stop, where risk-free trade will let this run. But no, Terrence, good trading day today. What we examined, what we looked at, it happened the way that we said it was. That one mistake on NQ where we were trying to catch the falling knife, I paid the price on that. You made money on that. I paid the price on it.
By the grace of God. And it's those little decisions like that can flip a day. It really can. So,
it really can. And but no, it's a good day, because we looked at the market and we saw the market correctly.
Yes.
And so, there's not many adjustments and whatnot. I mean, we kind of got the market dialed in as far as where we think it's going to go.
Yeah.
And it's doing that. And so that's what's going to happen more times than not, is that we know where it's going to go. And and it builds that confidence where we're not really worried about, you know, what it, you know, how it, you know, if you take a loss or not, you're not really too worried about that.
Yep.
You know, you'll make it back if you just see the market, keep testing, keep back testing and whatnot. Look at these as look at these at, I'm gonna move my stop loss up a little bit now that we're climbed on top of VWAP. Yeah. But look at this as a piece where you don't have to get down on yourself for taking a loss.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't have, you know, if was your parameters met, like on that $3,000 loss, I'm actually in the same trade I did right now. So I just took it at the wrong position. You know, I took it off of this candle when the cheaper price was down here. So I took it down here. I'm still in, it's kind of expensive, but it's the break. It's a double bottom. It's a break of the neckline. And
the break of that VWAP.
Yeah, and the break of the VWAP.
Yeah. So another account, I got in a small buy, like once it broke that VWAP. And I put my stop loss like right underneath that VWAP.
Yeah. So with that one, the retest for this is the break right here. That happened right here. So price should come back and retest it. Like it'll push up and then it should come back down. So the next phase of this is for it to come down and retest down here. Yeah.
So I just got out of that one. You got a Zoom call, Tim?
Yeah, somebody's trying to call me. Let me see.
The chief performance coach. Somebody's always reaching out.
Somebody's always reaching out. Yeah.
Yeah, but
so that's the risk there, is that this level should be the retest here. So that's why I want to get out here.
Yeah.
So this is a $1,000 trade. I'm gonna actually move it up a little bit. I want to make 1,000 on this trade. All right, and so no, I'm actually still in this one. That was my stop order that I closed. I want to manually manage this one. So now it's pushing up from where that was. So we'll see if that happens. You still in this one?
No, I got out.
All right.
should still be in there. I got out. I'm gonna see if I can get a better price if it does drop down to that liquidity zone. I was in very, very small.
This looks good, man. This right here looks like
this is the
it
push.
could be like this could create a new high.
Let me see how many ticks that would be. Be about 45, at least 45 ticks.
This has potential to create the new high. It's playing around. Actually, let me do this. Well, actually, I'm gonna bring my stop loss back. One. Cost me. All right, we'll put 45. We're going to bring it just below this piece here. And we're going to let it run. Okay, so that's where this is my last trade of the day. Stop loss. Stop loss is just below the hour candle. And we're going to take it up to my sell limit's right up in here. When it gets up here, I'm going to put an alert. And we'll judge it on where it's at here. We may take it up further, but I'm just planning on this is going to either hit my stop loss in profit at around $1,000 or just continue to run.
Yep.
All right, so we're not going to just watch this price action. I think this is so right now, one account, I'm down $3,000 on the day. I'm forgetting about that, not trying to make that back up. Would be too close to my trailing drawdown to try to do anything with it. So we'll just let it run. This one, we're just going to let this run. It's either going to hit me stop loss at $1,000 and take me out, or it's going to run and I'll make, what will I make? 7,000? Let's see. Yeah, I'll make 7,600 if this one runs. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm either gonna make 1,000 or I'm gonna make 7,600. All right, so that's what we got for today. Terrace made 1,400. He's out completely. Not gonna touch it anymore.
I'm shutting it. I'm telling you, as soon as we get off, I'm shutting it down.
All right, cool. Well, chat, I hope you made some profit today, and that it was beneficial today. A lot of great moves in the market. Some of them paid off, some of them didn't. So no, I think it was good, and I think it's a good time to call it. We'll end it right there.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we'll jump to the Advancer Lab and talk in the Discord. But everyone, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hope everyone has a blessed day. Remember that word from this morning, that the vision will not lie. It will testify, and it will not lie. So hold on to the vision. Be confident in it. God's going to bring it to pass. All right, everyone, have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, have a good day.